If you've ever dreamed of giving arrogant people a taste of their own medicine, hit that like button and subscribe, because this is one of the most satisfying barroom revenge stories you'll ever hear. It started on a Friday night at a local bar I used to go to with friends. It wasn't fancy, cheap beer, loud music, sticky floors, but it was close to work and always full of familiar faces. That night, after a couple drinks, I went to the men's room. The door creaked when I pushed it open, but what really caught my eye was the writing, big, bold, all-caps letters carved right into the inside of the door. At first, I thought it was some drunk guy's graffiti, but the words were carved too clean, too deliberate. Later I'd find out the truth, that it was the bar owner himself who had written it. Think about that for a second. The guy running this place openly mocking his own customers for not spending enough money. I remember just standing there, staring at it and feeling my blood boil. Because here's the thing, I had been tipping. Generously. My friends tipped too. But apparently that wasn't enough for this guy. When I got back to the table, I asked around. Turns out everyone knew about it. And get this, the owner, a guy named Carl, actually bragged about it. He'd laugh about customers who only tipped $1, saying things like, if they can't afford to tip right, they don't belong in my bar. Now, I'm not some saint, but disrespect like that? It gets under your skin. People came here to unwind after long shifts. Construction workers, waitresses, mechanics. Folks working paycheck to paycheck. And here was Carl, profiting off them, then humiliating them behind their backs. Still, I let it go. For a while. But then things got worse. One night, I saw Carl outright shame a customer at the bar. A young guy paid for his drink and left a small tip. Carl picked up the coins, clinked them on the counter, and sneered loud enough for everyone to hear, "Don't strain yourself, big spender." The whole bar went awkwardly quiet. The guy looked humiliated. On my way home that night, I couldn't stop thinking about it. My chest was tight, my hands clenched on the steering wheel. This wasn't just about a bathroom door anymore. It was about principle. Respect. Carl thought he was untouchable. That no one would dare challenge him. That he could insult the very people paying his bills. That's when I decided I wasn't going to let it slide. I started small. I took a photo of the bathroom door with my phone. Clear as day. If you're reading this, you're probably too broke to tip. Then I did some digging. I learned Carl had a reputation with the staff too. Bartenders came and went like clockwork, most lasting only a few weeks before quitting. The reason? He'd skim tips, blame shortages on employees and publicly embarrass them. I put together a post online. Nothing slanderous, just facts in a photo. I titled it, "Would you spend your money here? This is what the owner thinks of his customers." The post blew up. Locals recognized the bathroom. Stories poured in. People shared their own run-ins with Carl. A few even admitted they stopped going because of him. But I wasn't done. The following Friday, I organized something with friends. We decided to hit the bar, but not the way Carl expected. We walked in, ordered water and sodas. No alcohol. No food. Nothing that put real money in Carl's pocket. And we weren't the only ones. Word had spread and more people joined in. The place looked busy, but the cash register barely rang. Carl's face got redder by the minute. He barked at the bartenders to push shots, to upsell. Nobody budged. And then, this is the part that still makes me smile, we all made sure to tip the staff directly in cash with notes attached that read, "For you, not the owner." The bartenders were grinning ear to ear. Carl? He was fuming. A week later I walked back in. The bathroom door? Scrubbed clean. The carving was gone. And Carl? He looked defeated. The bar was half empty, quieter than I'd ever seen it. Turns out the online post had cost him dearly. People stopped showing up. Reviews tanked. Bartenders quit in droves, fed up with his treatment. The mighty Carl, who thought he could mock and belittle anyone, had been brought down by his own arrogance, and a single bathroom door. Standing there, looking at that clean bathroom door, I felt this deep sense of satisfaction. My heart was steady, calm. I hadn't yelled. I hadn't stooped to his level. I just shined a light on the truth. And in the end, Carl was forced to eat his own words. You know, revenge isn't always about screaming or fighting. Sometimes it's about holding a mirror up to someone's face and letting the world see who they really are. Carl learned the hard way that when you mock the very people who keep your business alive, eventually they walk